All right, we got JV here, and you can see it's a pretty good ball game. Actually, it was tied a couple minutes ago. I ain't moving around, I'm sorry. I'm going to try putting that scoreboard in the middle of the screen there. Oh, I'm sorry. Move that out. Give me that tape. It's right behind you. Sorry. I got the coaches show coming up in just a few minutes. We're going to shoot for 6:54 on the coaches show. I think there'll be about a 10-minute warm-up, and that'll be about right. We've got 118 here, as you can see. Sorry, my cameras are bouncing around. A lot of jumping around for a JV game, I'm going to be honest with you. And it's Friday night, so it's packed out. And it's Fort Walton. They're a lot closer than Escambia was last night. Their fans, not a far to drive. Corey, how do you like me? I won't have to swap back and forth. You like it like that right there, right in the middle of the, I think that'll work. The only problem. This game's fixing to be over. This game's over. All right, I'm going to call the station.
All right, how much time you got? Okay, before Georgia plays Sweet Georgia Brown. Okay. Okay, when this game is over, what did they give us? As soon as this game's over, you're watching this one. How are you getting my feet?
Sitting here with Coach Greg Watson. Coach, first game last night. Actually had a pretty good crowd being a Thursday night. Your first game, just trying to get the word out. We played a team we hadn't played in a while. Escambia comes in. They had already played 5 games. When you play a team,
Sitting here with Coach Greg Watson. Coach, first game last night. Actually had a pretty good crowd being a Thursday night. Your first game, just trying to get the word out. We played a team we hadn't played in a while. Scambia comes in. They had already played 5 games. When you play a team that's had 5 games under their belt, they've played some great teams, by the way. They get a chance to knock the rust off, and this was your first game. Got to knock off a lot of rust, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, no excuses. We missed layups, free throws, turned the ball over, but I do think that made a difference as far as not experience, because they've played, they played basketball before, but just this year playing together, getting the kinks out. I mean, especially when you get in a close game like that.
And two, you look at how, I don't want to say how bad you played, but how bad you played first half, and the kids fought back to get you in it with a minute or so left. You took the lead one time, I think, with 2, and then we tied it up with that and one. I think it was Johnson that made the big basket. A lot of pressure, to tie the ball game right there. And then you had a lot of bum fumble with, I will be honest with you, I don't know how you pulled it off. But I went back and watched the video, and you added five mysterious seconds to the clock. We looked up like, hey, there's 8 seconds left. But, hey, look, bottom line is the kids didn't give up at the end. Yeah. They just got to clean up a lot of things.
Yeah. I mean, it's early in the year. It's always like this.
Right.
The good thing is what I told them after the game. It's disappointing, but it's fixable. The things that we didn't do right, those things are fixable. Now we're just going to have to get in the gym and get our focus right and just understand what we got to do to fix them. That's the next step.
Do you like the harder teams up front, or just wherever it fits in your schedule?
It's usually, I mean, especially late in the year, that last week you want to play somebody that you feel like is going to be pretty good.
Right.
Get you ready for the playoffs. But, for the most case around here, I feel like, especially this year, I think we could beat everybody on our schedule, and we probably could lose to anybody on our schedule. I just think that's kind of how this year is going to play out.
So as you looked at your game last night, just give me a couple thoughts before we get to some positive. A couple thoughts. You said missed free throws and layups. Where are some of the other things? What you're looking at?
We had 18 turnovers, and that's
oh really? I didn't realize that.
That's bad, especially in the first half. At the first 3 minutes of the game, we had like 1 shot off, and it was an air ball, and just turning. Just sloppy.
Well, I don't think the first point was scored until about 2 or 3 minutes.
I was gonna say it was. I remember looking up there, and it was 11-0.
Yeah.
So that's something that we got to clean up. I felt like rebounding in the first quarter, especially, we didn't do a very good job of, and I don't think we took a lot of bad shots. We just didn't shoot the ball real well. We hit some shots late, but early on we just couldn't make anything. And I feel like we got a good shooting team. I really do.
You had a couple. You had some threes. I thought key threes too to keep you in the game, and it almost looked like, and I made a couple comments, but it looked like maybe it was the referee's first game.
Well,
they got to get the rust off too.
Yeah, they do, and they didn't cost us the game. They had a couple questionable calls, but that's basketball.
That is
a game going up and down that fast. They're going to miss some calls, and that's expected. But
who wants to? When you don't do it for a living, and they probably had to force these guys. Some of these guys nowadays they got to force to because they're losing referees by the. And who wants to call a game that is just so fast? The good old days, it's not I would say it'd be a lot easier to call a game where a team just slows it down and sets up and plays set up ball and stuff, but that's not our style.
No, you're right.
And you're trying to run a fast game so you can get as many shots off as possible, right?
Well, we don't have a lot of size, so but we're athletic. So, I think our strength is our athleticism and our quickness. So that's the reason I'm trying to get us to play fast, is to, hopefully we can score some easy ones before the defense gets set.
Who led it last night for you? Who were some of your leaders?
Makai had 22, Lorenzo had 13, AJ had 10.
Okay.
So, but
I was wondering who was going to be in double digits besides
we need more people than that. And we had a bunch at 2, 3, 1.
Yeah.
Those guys need to be having 5, 6, 7, 8 instead.
You need one more double guy?
We just need consistency. I'm going to play a lot of guys. Last night was probably not, we just got down so early, so it's hard to play guys that you haven't seen in action at the varsity level yet. So that's going to change. There's going to be some guys that get to play more as the season goes that didn't get to play a lot last night. So
Your ninth grade and JV won.
they did, so that's a good sign, you know. And both of those teams are pretty solid. So you know, we got a good future ahead.
All right, so tonight we have Fort Walton. Last year, I believe, did we split or we beat them close in both games?
I think we beat them close in both.
I think we did. I think we did.
We beat them early on by 2, and then later
That's
on by
exactly,
like
and we played them pretty early in the year too. I remember going down there and calling that game, and they looked really big and athletic.
They're solid, man. I mean, they got a couple transfers from Navarre. So, you know, it's going to be a good test tonight. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. I appreciate it, Coach. Listen, you know, I was just thinking, we have now only, counting this game, after this game, we only got 6 home games, so we really need the folks to come out. If you're listening to us on the radio, we say the tip-off's about 7, but that's...
tonight should be around 7.
Okay.
It should go, we're starting earlier tonight, so it should be 7 tonight.
Okay, sounds good. Appreciate it, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Hey, this is Kim again with your friendly hometown landscaping company, Always Blooming Landscape. If you're looking for pavers to do your driveways, patios, walkways, and or borders, we have a special for our radio listening audience. We are offering you 10% off your paver installation project. So call us at 850-682-2919 to take advantage of this 10% discount when you mention this ad. That's 682-2919. Always Blooming Landscape. Let us grow with you.
Hello, this is Dixie Dan Powell. Just like in the courtroom, you got to be bulldog tough. It takes teamwork to get to the goal line and to win the game. Go Bulldogs. Call us, Powell Injury Law, 850-306-2667. That's 850-306-2667.
Folks, our friends at Teal and Waters Real Estate and their exceptional young builder, yes, Colton Leindecker of CJL Construction, are really doing something special out at Griffith Mill Road. It's a 9-lot all-private 1-acre home site subdivision. You can choose your lot and choose a variety of CJL 3- and 4-bedroom plans. Affordable new homes with quality components, dependably delivered on time, are what CJL is known for. And now Teal & Waters is offering 9 new CJL homes with closing cost assistance on full 1-acre lots at Griffith Mill Acres. Come by Teal & Waters or call Patty Griffith 850-758-0133 or Jenny Teal 850-582-3821 for more information.
I've been around long enough to not be shocked by anything anymore. But this, well, this takes the cake. 38%. That's all. Only 38% of your electricity actually makes it to your home. Just think about how much is wasted. That's the shocking truth. It's appalling and really shocking. Find out more at okaloosagas.com/truth. It really is shocking.
Just like baseball, Joey the Jeweler is back and he is ready to hit a home run for you. Go down on Main Street and check Joey the Jeweler out. He has a great selection on wedding bands and engagement rings. And for you guys that wear watches, Joey the Jeweler is the place to go for your Seiko watches. So head on down to Joey the Jeweler on Main Street in Crestview, Florida for all your jewelry needs.
I'm Jenny Powell. I'm one of the attorneys at Powell & Powell Law Firm. Our family has been invested for over 100 years in Northwest Florida, serving your families for over 70 years. If you're in a car accident, you need a law firm who has the training, skill, and experience necessary to deal with insurance companies so that your case doesn't drag on forever. Let our family take care of your family during your most crucial moments. Just remember, Powell & Powell Law Firm is here for you. You can always just go to our website at www.powelllawfirm.com.
Hello, friends. This is Brandon Martin, General Manager of Blackwater Golf Club here in Crestview, Florida. From the newly renovated 18 holes to the Top Tracer driving range, Blackwater has something to offer for everybody. Open 7 days a week for the best pricing. Book your tee times in advance on our website, golfatblackwater.com.
Hey my friends, this is Tara with Whitehurst Powell Funeral Home and Crematory. Our team would like to give a shout out to Crestview High School basketball team.
Go Bulldogs!
And we are live here at the Dog Pound. Last night the Bulldogs took on Escambia. And Corey, it was a barn burner at the end. They got up, I think, by 11. And they fought back. I think we had, what, one lead?
Yeah, for a minute or so.
A minute or so, 2-point lead, and then I think we tied it there at the end. Bedhead give us a foul, and we tied the game, and then they went down and scored, and we didn't mysteriously. By the way, I went back and watched it. It was only 4 seconds.
Yeah, I went back and watched it. They got it right. Well, they got it that wrong, but they got when they added 3 at the end, it was correct.
That was correct. So we are playing Fort Walton tonight, and they lost 5 seniors that started Fort Walton, but they've got some kids that Coach said is really going to put it on them tonight, or try to. They've got a sophomore, Robertson, that is averaging 23 points a game. They've already had 2 games, and he's averaging 23 points a game. Iverson is averaging 8 for Fort Walton, and Lewis Jr. 8. Jones is a freshman. He's averaging 7. Last night, Micaiah Jones hit 22 for the Bulldogs. Coach said he would like to see 1 or 2 more be consistent. They had 18 turnovers. Cannot do that. Missed 9 layups and a ton of other shots. So it's something you can't do.
It's early, but I'm going to be honest with you, Tim. I missed a little bit of what you said right there due to Ernie announcing. He did a fantastic job. But
fantastic
He
job.
was in that microphone pretty good.
Well, we're fixing to have it underway, and it looks like the Bulldogs will be moving on the right side of the court where their goal be, and vice versa.
Jones is going to jump for the Dogs. Lewis Jr. for the Vikings, and the Vikings will win the opening tip.
I said it backwards.
So they'll start out on offense, and they're going to start off in the short corner, trying to lay one in, and gets a charging violation. That's Lewis Jr. picking up the charge. Dogs will take over. Looks like Fort Walton going to start off in a 1-2-2 press of some sort, maybe just a man press. Nope. Zone press, pick them up about 3/4 court press. Johnson's still trying to get it up for the Dogs. He does. Phillips trying to lay it in. Doesn't get it to go, but Jones is there, rebounds and puts it back. 2-0 Dogs, 7:30 left to go here in the first. Dogs in the press. Johnson going to pick up a foul in the back court.
Again, if you're just tuned in, last night we learned, and your dad said, hey, man, they've been doing that in the NBA for a while, about the fouls.
Well, my gosh.
I mean, who watches NBA? Do you?
What? How does that translate, though, us not knowing the rule, the brand new rule? I don't
Your
know.
dad knows them all, man.
He didn't know that.
He did.
Not that they had changed it in high school.
Well,
3-point attempt off the mark for Fort Walton, rebounded by Jones. Jones trying to take it coast to coast, pulls up at the elbow and fires and gets 2. 4-0 Dogs, 7 minutes left to go here in the first. He was claiming that he knew that.
He knew it. He said, yeah, they changed it.
I find that hard to believe.
I wouldn't. Not from your dad.
The Vikings break the press, trying to get it to go is Starks, and he finds 2 off the glass. 4-2 Dogs on top. 6:40 left to go in the first quarter. Phillips kicks it over to Blackwell in the corner for 3. Blackwell gets it to go. 7-2 Dogs. 6:30 left to go here in the first. Lee for the Vikings, bringing the ball up the court.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
He's driving the lane, blows past Johnson, pulls up. Shot's no good, rebounded by Phillips for the Dogs. Phillips brings it up himself, gives it up to Johnson. Johnson over to Jones. Jones for 3, and just off the mark, a little wide right. Rebounded by Ivinson for the Vikings. Ivinson brings it across half court. Now driving the lane to Starks. Starks spins around and fires. Shot's no good, but rebounded by Blackwell for the Dogs. Blackwell taking it across half court himself. Now Jones is with it. Euro steps, floater, and it hits the bottom of the basket. 9-2 Dogs. 5:44 left to go here in the first quarter. Dogs in the press. The Vikings break it. Iverson gives it up to Starks. Starks gets fouled going up. Shot's no good, but he'll go to the line and shoot 2.
So what we was talking about is the new rule for fouls. If once you get to 5 fouls in a quarter, you automatically shoot 2. Now, what your grandpa said at the dinner, he says, well, what about if, well, why did they get rid of that? Now they're not going to be so, to foul at the end of the game. If you're not in 5 fouls.
Starks makes his opener.
He brought up a good case. He was wondering, and then he goes, well, then they need to have the shot clock.
Well, I believe the shot clock starts next year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's optional right now. Starks makes them both. I can't believe Dad didn't know that. 9-4. Hope he's listening.
No, your dad
9-4, 5:30 left to go in the first. Johnson across half court for the Dogs. Gives it up to Clauser. Clauser driving the lane and tries to kick it over to the corner to Blackwell, but that ball goes out of bounds on Iverson. Dogs retain possession. Baseline inbound play coming up.
So I'm wondering, I'm assuming every school then is going to have to install a shot clock somewhere.
Once it comes past. Foley and Moulton check in for Crestview. Johnson trying to get this ball inbounded for the Dogs, and he does the Blackwell up at the top of the key. Johnson with it now, motioning people around. Foley setting the pick for Blackwell. Blackwell driving the lane, pulls up and finds 2 off the glass. 11-4 Dogs. 5:06 left to go here in the first. Dogs in the press. Vikings trying to break it. Robinson for the Vikings brings it across half court. Tries a floater.
Goodness.
And that ball goes in and out. They're going to call Foley for a blocking violation. So the Vikings will go to the line to shoot 2. That will be Robertson shooting 2 for the Vikings.
That's the second foul this quarter for them. So, boy, he's already wearing them out. Coach is working them over. He said, I'm going to talk to you afterwards. That's what he said.
Robertson. Opener is good. He'll have one more attempt.
Not to jump the gun, but we have another home game Tuesday night against Gulf Breeze, and that'll be almost half of all of our home games. It happened quick. We got 2 more before Christmas. That only gives us 3 in January.
Robertson, second attempt on the way, long off the back iron, rebounded though by the Vikings. That was Bowers on the rebound, and he'll turn the ball over. Moulton comes up with a loose ball, gives it up to Johnson. Johnson across half court, setting up offense for the Dogs. 11-5 Dogs, our score. 4:44 left to go here in the first. Foley with it downstairs, but he'll turn it over. That was Robertson on the turnover. He tries to go coast to coast, unable to lay it in, but the putback rebounded and put back by Jones for the Vikings. 11-7 Dogs now. Still on top, 4:25 left to go in the first. They have it across half court, working the ball around the perimeter. Tries a skip pass over to Blackwell in the corner. The 3 is no good, and they're going to call a foul on the rebound. That foul is going to go against the Dogs. That's Johnson on the foul over the back. The Vikings will take over.
This game seemed to be moving faster than last night for some reason. Not as many fouls maybe, and it's not near as sloppy right now.
checking in for Jones for the Dogs. Dogs are in the press. The Vikings get the ball inbounded to Sanders. Sanders now walking the ball up as Crestview backs out of it. Robertson now with it at the top of the key, right around half court. Trying to make a move on Corthell, gives it up, working the ball around the perimeter. Bowers driving the lane, and he's going to get that ball stripped, but it goes out of bounds on the Dogs. So we'll have a baseline inbound play coming up for the Vikings.
11-7 if you're just tuned in. The Bulldogs take home the Fort Walton Beach Vikings.
Sanders getting this ball inbounded for the Vikings. He founds Bowers down low. He tries a spin move on Foley, unable to connect, but rebounded and put back again by Jones for the Vikings. 11-9 is our score. Dogs on top, 3:45 left to go in the first. And a long 3 for Hall for the Dogs. Gives the Dogs the 14-9 lead. 3:30 left to go here in the first quarter. And Bowers before he's able to get that one off the glass, the Vikings are called with a charging violation. The charge went against Robertson. Vikings stay in a press look. Hall with it. Bulldogs still have it in the backcourt. They break it with the pass over in the corner for three. Corthell off the mark, rebounded by Braden Jones for the Dogs. And on the putback attempt, he was fouled. Shot was no good, but he'll go to the line to shoot two.
Well, we got a new guy working the board tonight back at the radio station. Daniel.
Really?
Yeah, he's a guy in training. I hope he's got the feed, not playing make-believe like Dusty and Spokey did that one time over.
Braden Jones gets the first one to roll in.
I'm expecting a text any minute to say, hey, man, y'all sound good. We'll see.
We're not playing complete make-believe. We are on YouTube, right?
Oh, no. We're in both.
So it would be half make-believe.
Half make-believe, yeah.
Braden Jones, the left-hander's second attempt comes up short. 15-9 Dogs, 3:15 left to go here in the first. Lee bringing the ball up for the Vikings. And Bowers finds a cutting Iverson. Iverson unable to get the shot to go. Rebounded, though, by the Vikings. That was Jones for the Vikings on the rebound. And the Bulldogs get another pickup, the Vikings pick up another charging violation. This time it goes against Bowers. So the Bulldogs will take over on the charge. Number 23 for the Dogs, Davis checks in the game. Hall with it. Tries to find Davis. Long cross-court pass, and his shot's going to get blocked. It goes out of bounds on the Vikings, though. So baseline inbound play coming up for the Dogs. Hall. Wonderful. We are live.
We are live.
Hall looking to inbound this play, trying to find Davis up top on the safety violation, or the safety valve, rather, and he's fouled.
I have to take it
by
out,
Sanders for the Vikings. Foul should be on the floor. We're waiting for the Dogs to inbound this ball right around the Viking bench. Actually, they are in the bonus, so.
Wow, already?
Who is it? Davis for the Dogs.
Mate.
Devin Davis will go to the line to shoot two for Crestview.
How about that?
It happens quick, doesn't it?
It does. I'm trying the new position on the scoreboard for you YouTubers.
Devin Davis makes his opener, sorry.
That's all right. It's in the middle of the screen. I'm going to try not to block the basket.
Second attempt is good as well. 17-9 Dogs, 2:55 left to go here in the first. Dogs stay in the press. Looking to break the press are the Vikings. Sanders pushes it forward. Now finds Lee for a three-point attempt over here in the near wing. Shot was no good. The rebound goes out of bounds on the Dogs. The Vikings will inbound this ball over in the near corner. Sanders trying to get it inbounded for the Vikings, and he does up top to Lee. Lee setting up offense for the Vikings. Jones with it at the top of the key, moves it over to Iverson. Iverson trying to use a screen, loses the ball, but the ball goes out of bounds on Parks of the Dogs. Possession stays with the Vikings. Sanders for the Vikings will set up to inbound this ball underneath the basket. Finds Bowers over in the short corner. Bowers trying to make a move. Doesn't like what he sees. Kicks it out to Iverson. Iverson for a long two's no good. Rebounded by Jones for the Vikings, and he's fouled on the putback, so he'll go to the line to shoot two.
Go to the line. And it's going to be both the teams here with about 2 minutes left is going to be close to being in the.
They're both in bonus.
Are they?
Yep. They got the Bees working tonight.
All right.
Jones for the Vikings hits his first attempt. He'll have one more.
Oh, bank shot.
Number 15 for the Dogs, Greens checks in.
A couple little girls are going to get run over.
Sanders for the Vikings, or excuse me, Jones for the Vikings misses his second attempt. That was Green with the rebound. Hall trying to move this ball up. Cross half court, he'll pass it up to Green. Green over to Davis. Davis for three, long off the back iron, but rebounded by Green. Green unable to put it back, loose ball, and Jones comes up with the rebound and is fouled. And he should go to the line to shoot two if the scoreboard's correct. Yep. Jones will go to the line to shoot two. I just think this kind of slows the game down a little bit, in my opinion.
I think you're right. I think we know. Well, I went back and looked on YouTube, and I think it was about $1.30 on the total time for the game. And generally, it's about an hour 15 to hour 20, so about 10 extra minutes maybe for being in double bonus so much.
Jones' first attempt finds the bottom of the net.
Oops, sorry about that, guys.
With the ball at the line again. Second attempt's long. Inside of 2 minutes left to go in the first. Dogs on top, 17-11. Hall with it for Crestview, dribbling it across half court, now penetrating the lane and getting fouled on the shot attempt, so he'll go to the line to shoot two.
Pretty good crowd here tonight, as we had said earlier. Friday night crowd. Friday nights are always the best, as far as crowd-wise.
Yeah, it's a good crowd.
I don't know.
Who's at their line. Hall? Yep.
Yep.
Hall's first attempt comes up short off the front of the rim. He'll have one more opportunity.
Do you slap everybody's hands now when you miss, or I guess they don't do it when they make it? It's just when they miss. It's a new reverse psychology.
Hall's second attempt also comes up short, rebounded by the Vikings. That was Lewis Jr. on the rebound. Iverson has the ball across half court, setting up offense for the Vikings. Lee trying to find somebody inside, now trying to use a screen, getting trapped in the near corner. Going to call a jump ball, and that's going to go the Bulldogs' way. So the Bulldogs take over on the jump.
Nice.
Jump ball there. 1:31 left to go here in the first. Hall still running point for the Dogs. And he'll pass it up across half court to Parks. Parks gives it back to him. Dogs moving the ball around the perimeter. Davis has it, picks up his dribble, gives it up to Parks. Parks driving the lane, dishing it over to Green. Green back to Hall for three. Hall comes up short on the three-point attempt, rebounded by the Vikings. Sanders on the rebound. Passes it forward to Starks. Starks unable to lay it in, but is going to get fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. And I feel like I've said that about 30 times already.
About 30 times already. My goodness. Let's try to keep them in the game. But if they're not good free throw shooters, then it could pay off. Could pay off.
Starks' first attempt is good.
But the bottom of the net. Next week we have 3 games. Tuesdays at home, and then Wednesday and Fridays on the road.
Starks unable to connect on the second attempt. Rebounded by Corthell for the Dogs. Hall has it now, trying to dribble out of trouble in the back court. Able to get across half court, still with the ball, and is going to get fouled.
He'll go to the line.
And he'll go to the line to shoot two with 42 seconds left here in the first. Dogs on top, 17-12. Hall headed to the line to shoot two.
Gotten quiet all of a sudden. Here's the Stomp group over there in the corner.
Yep.
They heard us. First shot. In and out. Got to work on those free throws and layups. And turnovers.
What else?
And
Hall's second attempt comes up short as well. Inside of 40 seconds left to go in the first. And
Oh, my gosh. That was Tiki.
Hall picks up a blocking foul. That's going to send Russian Knack. I remember that guy from last year.
Hackensack.
Russian Chak.
Russian Chak.
Sends him to the line to shoot two. His first attempt comes up long.
You don't remember Hackensack, do you? Were y'all old enough?
Yeah.
Was you really? Did y'all do that?
No.
No.
Second attempt finds the mark. 17-13, Dogs on top, 36 seconds, and we're going to get a timeout by Fort Walton.
Oh.
With 36 seconds left to go here in the first quarter, Dogs on top, 17-13.
Hey, this is Kim again with your friendly hometown landscaping company, Always Blooming Landscape. If you're looking for pavers to do your driveways, patios, walkways, and or borders, we have a special for our radio listening audience. We are offering you 10% off your paver installation project. So call us at 850-682-2919 to take advantage of this 10% discount when you mention this ad. That's 682-2919. Always Blooming Landscape. Let us grow with you.
Hello, this is Dixie Dan Powell. Just like in the courtroom, you got to be bulldog tough. It takes teamwork to get to the goal line and to win the game. Go Bulldogs. Call us, Powell Injury Law, 850-306-2667. That's 850-306-2667.
Back at the dog pound, the Vikings in the press. The Dogs trying to break it. Johnson with it in the backcourt, still trying, now picks up his dribble, is in trouble, and he's going to get called with a 10-second violation. So
wow.
The Vikings will take over on the turnover.
You don't see that much. What, once or twice a game, if that?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say that much. Lee across half court for the Vikings. 19 seconds left to go in the quarter. Vikings trying to cut into this Bulldog lead, and they will.
They will.
Number 21, Lewis Jr. puts it off the glass for two. 17-15, Dogs on top. 10 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Johnson in the backcourt picks up his dribble again, able to pass it up across half court. Parks for the buzzer beater, almost banks it in, but to no avail. So we'll end the first quarter with the Dogs on top, 17-15.
Folks are friends at Teal and Waters Real Estate and their exceptional young builder. Yes, Colton Leindecker of CJL Construction are really doing something special out at Griffith Mill Road. It's a 9-lot all-private 1-acre home site subdivision. You can choose your lot and choose a variety of CJL 3- and 4-bedroom plans. Affordable new homes with quality components, dependably delivered on time, are what CJL is known for. And now Teal & Waters is offering 9 new CJL homes with closing cost assistance on full 1-acre lots at Griffith Mill Acres. Come by Teal & Waters or call Patty Griffith 850-758-0133 or Jenny Teal 850-582-3821 for more information.
I've been around long enough to not be shocked by anything anymore. But this, well, this takes the cake. 38%. That's all. Only 38% of your electricity actually makes it to your home. Just think about how much is wasted. That's the shocking truth. It's appalling and really shocking. Find out more at okaloosagas.com/truth. It really is shocking.
Back at the dog pound, getting ready to start the second quarter of play. The Vikings will start off with possession. Dogs have the 17-15 lead, but have really seen that lead shrink over the last, 3-4 minutes of game time.
I think we was 17-9, so what, 6 unanswered points.
Lewis Jr. working the ball around the perimeter for the Vikings. Ball's batted away by Corthell, able to be recovered by the Vikings. Now setting up offense once again. Lee with it at the top of the key, working against Jones. He gives it up to Iverson. Iverson driving baseline, tries to give and go to Robinson. Robinson tries to lay it in off the glass and does. Yeah. Ties the game at 17. 7:20 left to go in the first half. Blackwell loses the handle, and Clauser picks it up and tries to shoot it, but gets fouled. So Clauser should go to the line to shoot two. Yep, he does.
He should. first foul of the quarter. Again, it resets at the beginning of the quarter. After 5 team fouls, you go to the line to shoot 2.
Clauser's first attempt is wide left.
I believe we're 2 for 10 right now on the free throw. My count.
The left-hander sets for his second attempt and gets that one.
All right.
Gives the Dogs back the lead, 18-17 Dogs, 7:15 left to go in the first half. Dogs in the press, and Blackwell's going to pick up a foul in the back court.
As Fort Walton slammed on brakes. Just run them over. Sort of like the highway out there on South 85.
So it's going to set up another pressing situation for Crestview. The Vikings able to get this ball inbounded to Lee. Lee dribbling across half court for the Vikings. Working with a screen, tries to give and go, not there. Kicks it over to Iverson for 3, and Iverson finds the bottom. 2018 Vikings, 7 minutes left to go in the first half, and now the Bulldogs have seen their once fairly comfortable lead in the first go completely dead. Blackwell getting trapped right across half court, able to get out of it, and now the Dogs are able to lay it in. Blackwell lays it in off the glass. Scores tied at 20, 6:40 left to go in the first quarter. Vikings trying to break the Bulldog press once again. They get the ball just barely across half court. Iverson for another 3, though, out of an open look, and he hits one on the far wing. 23-20, and we're going to get a quick timeout from the Dogs. 6:29 left to go in the second quarter. The Vikings on top, 23-20.
Just like baseball, Joey the Jeweler is back and he is ready to hit a home run for you. Go down on Main Street and check Joey the Jeweler out. He has a great selection on wedding bands and engagement rings. And for you guys that wear watches, Joey the Jeweler is the place to go for your Seiko watches. So head on down to Joey the Jeweler on Main Street in Crestview, Florida for all your jewelry needs.
And we are back. Bulldogs facing the Fort Walton Beach Vikings tonight. They are down 23-20. Had the lead pretty much the first quarter, and then the second quarter it disappeared quickly, Corey. Right off the bat, we're only a minute and a half into the second quarter, and that lead disappeared. Fort Walton comes in the game tonight 1-1 with I won't say a brand new team, but none of these kids last year really started. They subbed a lot, but none of these kids started for the Vikings.
Johnson walks it up for the Dogs. And he's dribbling around, finding Blackwell. Blackwell driving baseline. Picks up his dribble, hits Moulton at the top of the key. Moulton gives it up to Johnson. Johnson pulls up, thought about 2, and then tried to give it back to Moulton, but Moulton wasn't ready for it. Ball goes out of bounds. The Vikings will take over. Inbound it. Inbounding right in front.
They are saying Crestviews ball.
Well, okay. We'll take it. So the Dogs will retain possession. Moulton trying to inbound this ball right in front of the Viking bench. And he inbounds it in the back court to Johnson. Johnson now walking it across half court. Dribbling past his man and picking up a traveling violation in the process.
Help me.
Dogs staying in the press. Trying to trap him over in the far corner. Able to get out of it and able to lay it in on the other end after breaking the press is Lewis Jr. Dogs quickly across half court. Down 25-20, 5:40 left to go here in the first half. Suddenly, Vikings find themselves up by 5.
Yeah.
Blackwell almost loses the handle, able to regain it. Jones now with it, calling for a screen from Clauser. Clauser gets the screen. They switch, and Jones loses the handle. Number 21, Lewis Jr., comes up with the turnover. Lee walking it up for the Vikings.
There's a 15-3 run for Fort Walton right now. 15-3 run, and we're fixing to get a complete substitution for the Bulldogs. You ain't seen that in a long time, Corey.
Vikings working the ball around the perimeter. Iverson pulls up from the elbow and knocks it down. 27-20 Vikings. 5 minutes left to go here in the first half. Jones with it in the backcourt. He finds Moulton. Moulton is fouled in the backcourt. That's gonna be on the floor, and we have 5 new Bulldogs coming in. That's Parks, that's Hall, that's Foley, that's Phillips, and Braden Jones.
And you know who used to do this all the time?
Greg does it quite a bit. But who?
No, I mean, I'm talking about every quarter they'd have a new team out there. Choctaw used to run that. They had 10 starters.
Really?
Yes.
Back in the 80s?
No, it was the 90s, 2000s. You ask your daddy. They'd go with 5, and then the second quarter, the next 5 would play the whole quarter.
Travel violation called on Hall. You got to have 10 good players to do that, I reckon.
And they did.
They did.
They did. Your daddy would say, they did.
The Dogs back out of the press. Lee walking it up for the Vikings. 27-20 Vikings. 4:40 and counting left to go in the first half. Lee blows by his defender, tries to get a floater to go, unable to connect. Rebounded by the Dogs. That was Phillips on the rebound. Parks driving baseline, jump stops, and gets one to go off the glass. 27-22, Vikings on top. 4:15 left to go in the first half. Lee with it for the Vikings across half court. They try to work it downstairs to Lewis Jr. He kicks it out to Lee for a corner 3, and he finds the bottom. 30-22, Vikings on top. 4 minutes left to go here in the first. Braden Jones with it for the Dogs. He gives it up to Hall. Hall driving the lane, and he'll go to the basket and get called for a charge.
Whoa.
Shot wouldn't have been good anyway.
Huh. I couldn't tell if he was playing it or not.
It's a judgment call, that's what they'll tell you.
That's what it is.
Lee across half court for the Vikings, moving the ball around the perimeter. Sanders trying to go to work on Hall, driving, pulls up shot, kicks it back out to Core. Now working the ball around the perimeter are the Vikings. Sanders with it, driving baseline, and turning it over. That was a Braden Jones on the turnover. Foley down with it downstairs on the other end. He goes up, unable to lay it in off the glass, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Should be able to go to shoot 2. Let's see what they call.
Maybe we can make 2. Have we made 2 free throws tonight?
No, we have not. We are 11 of 4, or 4 of 11, however you look at it.
And we'll have to keep waiting. That one comes up a little bit off to the right.
And now Fort Walton subs in about 4 guys. Fresh legs.
They're very quiet in here tonight, Tim.
It is. Well, when you had a lead and then it disappears.
Foley long off the back iron. Rebounded by the Vikings. That was Starks on the rebound. He'll give it up to Lee. Lee walking it across half court for the Vikings. Setting up offense here.
Not a lot of cheer about right now.
Dribbling around the perimeter are the Vikings. Iverson thinking about going to work on Hall. Thinks better of it, gives it up to Starks. Starks works it downstairs to Bowers. Bowers has it around the free throw line, trying to go to work on Foley. Spins. Foley gets a block.
What was that?
And they're going to get Foley on a foul, but it looked like he might have traveled before that.
Yeah.
Regardless, Bowers is going to the line to shoot 2.
Oh, man. Yeah, it looked like he might have traveled there.
Yeah. Bowers went up for the shot attempt, and Foley blocked it. It came down.
Clean block.
It came down with the ball.
Yeah, if he would have released it and then got it, picked it back up.
Should have been a travel.
Should have been.
But
missed one.
Missed one, yep. And he misses his first one.
That
Bowers,
might be
his second attempt, misses them both, and the Dogs are able to get the rebound. So no harm, no foul. Parks on the rebound for the Dogs. Hall across half court. Now kicking it to Phillips in the corner for 3. The ball goes in and out. Rebounded by Core for the Vikings. Starks dribbling inside the lane. Now kicks it back out to Lee. Lee working it downstairs to Bowers. Bowers posting up Foley, and that's got to be a travel. And finally, we do get a traveling violation after about 5 steps.
Yep. Is that a new rule? 5 steps before you get.
I mean, it looked like about 4 or 5 to me.
It did.
We tried to hit Phillips on a cross-court pass and toss it over his head. Another Bulldog turnover.
Generally, those don't work too good.
2 minutes left to go here in the first half. Vikings on top, 30-22, and with the ball.
$1:55 on the clock. Bulldogs need to score a couple of baskets.
Bowers with it in the high post, tries to go past Foley and slips down. And we have no signal. I guess it went out of bounds on Bowers.
Clock
so
is
the Dogs
stopped.
will take over on the turnover. I think they're wanting the floor right there to be wiped up a little.
Coach don't even have a worker. We need to hire somebody for that. Where's Ernie? Where's Mr. Fantasy tonight?
Ernie's over there in the corner.
Oh, okay.
Viking State in a soft press. 1-2-2 zone press. Dogs able to break it with the dribble. Blackwell's held driving the lane.
Is that 5?
It's going to be on the floor unless we're in bonus.
Ooh, 4. So 1 more or 2 more?
I think 1 more.
When you hit 5, you go to the line, or
so.
over 5?
I think when you hit it.
Okay.
Blackwell inbounding this ball underneath his own basket. He finds Phillips in the near corner. Phillips dribbling it up to the top of the key. Braden Jones gives it up to Blackwell, trying to find Green on the near elbow. Green kicks it back out to Blackwell. Now back downstairs to Green. Green spins, fires, unable to connect, gets his own rebound and unable to put it back. Rebounded that time by the Vikings. That was Starks on the rebound. Fixing a tick inside of a minute left to go in the first half. Dogs down by 8, 30-22. Vikings is our score. Iverson with it for the Vikings, and he initiates offense here. Dogs staying in the man-to-man defense as they pretty much always play. Lee blows by Phillips, pulls up at the elbow, and they're going to get Phillips for blocking his shot.
That looked like it was clean, but I mean, I couldn't tell here. 47 seconds left here in the first half. Bulldogs are down by 8, and it could be 10 here in just a moment.
Lee going to the line to shoot 2 for the Vikings. First attempt is long.
You know, I hadn't seen too many teams that has a guy that's like 100% or even 80% from the free throw line. You know, back in the day, man, some guys just didn't miss.
Lee's second attempt. Spins the ball and fires. Long as well.
Good.
But rebounded by Starks for the Vikings. 43 seconds left to go in the first half. The Vikings slowing things down a little bit.
I tell you who didn't miss a lot of free throws back in the day. Your girls coach.
Starks gets called for a travel around the free throw line. So the Dogs will take over. 32 seconds left to go in the first half. Vikings stay in the press. Dogs beat it. Blackwell back to Parks. Parks gets fouled hard, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2 with 22 seconds left to go.
Yep. Willie B. Willie B didn't miss from the free throw line, let me just tell you. You was not old enough to remember that. But he told me the other.
Parks' first attempt's long off the back iron, no good.
4 of 13 now.
And they're not much better.
He said he's doing the girls basketball this year.
Parks' second attempt is long again. Rebounded by Parks, though. He pulls up at the free throw again. His shot gets blocked. And we're going to get a jump ball called on the rebound, and that's going to stay with the Dogs. 15 seconds left to go in the first half, and we're going to have a baseline inbound play coming up. Blackwell is going to be the man to inbound this ball for Crestview. They set up in a line formation, and they're going to find a ricochet out of bounds. Ball was knocked out of bounds by Core for the Vikings. Possession stays with the Dogs. They'll set it up again. Setting up a box look now. They find Parks down low. Parks is going to get fouled, and he'll go back to the line to shoot two with 14 seconds left to go in the first half.
4 of 15. We need a couple. Just going to be honest with you. It'll help my feelings if we can make two right here. When's the last time we've been 4 of 15? Been a minute.
First attempt is nothing but the net. Never a doubt, Tim.
Nothing but the bottom.
Never a doubt.
Never a doubt. We need this one right here to pull in within 6. 14 seconds left here in the first half.
Second attempt is no good, and that's got to be a foul on somebody.
They're going to call it on red. Or no, they're pointing to the.
They're going to call it.
What are they going to call?
On.
He said he stuck his butt out.
On Crestview. 30-23 is our score, and we're in bonus now, so they'll go to the line to shoot. This half may never end.
It was going so fast.
Russian Shack. I'm going to call him Russian Shack.
For
the Vikings.
I like Hacking Shack.
Able to make his first attempt.
Hack-a-Shack.
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 Second attempt's up and good. 32-23. Vikings on top. 12 seconds left to go in the first. Blackwell with it in the back court. Now across half court. 5 seconds left. And he getting trapped over here in the near wing. He gets out of trouble, finds Jones. Jones, the lefty, for three, and hits it at the buzzer to pull Crestview within 6, 32-26.
Wow.
Vikings on top as we go into halftime.
I'm Jenny Powell. I'm one of the attorneys at Powell, Powell & Powell Law Firm. Our family has been vested for over 100 years in Northwest Florida, serving your families for over 70 years. If you're in a car accident, you need a law firm who has the training, skill, and experience necessary to deal with insurance companies so that your case doesn't drag on forever. Let our family take care of your family during your most crucial moments. Just remember, Powell, Powell & Powell Law Firm is here for you. You can always just go to our website at www.powelllawfirm.com.
Hello, friends. This is Brandon Martin, General Manager at Blackwater Golf Club here in Crestview, Florida. From the newly renovated 18 holes to the Top Tracer driving range, Blackwater has something to offer for everybody. Open 7 days a week for the best pricing. Book your tee times in advance on our website, golfatblackwater.com.
Hey my friends, this is Tara with Whitehurst Powell Funeral Home and Crematory. Our team would like to give a shout out to Crestview High School basketball team.
Go
Hey, this is Kim again with your friendly hometown landscaping company, Always Blooming Landscape. If you're looking for pavers to do your driveways, patios, walkways, and or borders, we have a special for our radio listening audience. We are offering you 10% off your paver installation project. So call us at 850-682-2919 to take advantage of this 10% discount when you mention this ad. That's 682-2919. Always Blooming Landscape. Let us grow with you.
Hello, this is Dixie Dan Powell. Just like in the courtroom, you got to be bulldog tough. It takes teamwork to get to the goal line and to win the game. Go Bulldogs. Call us, Powell Injury Law, 850-306-2667. That's 850-306-2667.
Folks are friends at Teal and Waters Real Estate and their exceptional young builder. Yes, Colton Leindecker of CJL Construction are really doing something special out at Griffith Mill Road. It's a 9-lot all-private 1-acre home site subdivision. You can choose your lot and choose a variety of CJL 3- and 4-bedroom plans. Affordable new homes with quality components, dependably delivered on time, are what CJL is known for. And now Teal & Waters is offering 9 new CJL homes with closing cost assistance on full 1-acre lots at Griffith Mill Acres. Come by Teal & Waters or call Patty Griffith 850-758-0133 or Jenny Teal 850-582-3821 for more information.
I've been around long enough to not be shocked by anything anymore. But this, well, this takes the cake. 38%. That's all. Only 38% of your electricity actually makes it to your home. Just think about how much is wasted. That's the shocking truth. It's appalling and really shocking. Find out more at okaloosagas.com/truth. It really is shocking.
Just like baseball, Joey the Jeweler is back and he is ready to hit a home run for you. Go down on Main Street and check Joey the Jeweler out. He has a great selection on wedding bands and engagement rings. And for you guys that wear watches, Joey the Jeweler is the place to go for your Seiko watches. So head on down to Joey the Jeweler on Main Street in Crestview, Florida for all your jewelry needs.
And we are back here. It's halftime. The halftime show's taking place. They're having fun on the court. And right now your score at halftime is 32-26. Have about 6 minutes left here before we go back to the third quarter. Real quick, Catholic is playing Bradford to go to the state championship game, and they are up 14-0. And we got the call, I think it was it me and you or me and your daddy?
For which
called
one?
The Walton Catholic game.
That was you and Dad.
Oh, my goodness. The quarterback for Catholic played 3 snaps and beat Walton by 40 or whatever it was. They just direct snap. They took turns going to whichever running back, and they couldn't stop them. They were very good. So look for them to go to the state championship game. So next week, looking at the schedule ahead, Tuesday we're at home. We have Gulf Breeze, and then we go on the road Wednesday to Navarre, and then to Niceville Friday night down at Niceville. That was a good game. I think we beat them last year both times. And then we have 2 more home games before Christmas break, and that is Pace and Choctaw on the 12th and 15th. You know, the week of Christmas, he picked up a new tournament that he's going to go over at Tate. He said a lot of the teams are going to be out of Mobile, very athletic, tall, fast. Give them something to look at. Just pick up, hey, go over there and pick up some losses, I guess. I don't know if you get ready. He says my whole thing is to get ready for the district games, right? The district tournament at the end of the year. So that's on the 20th, 21st, and 22nd. And then we got Christmas break, New Year's break, and we come back on the road on the 4th and 5th of January. That's a Thursday and Friday night. And that's Milton and Pace, always good games over there. Enjoyed calling over there, both those places. Milton has that old high school field. Did you call over there last year? We was up on the second deck overlooking. It was really cool. I don't know. I think Braxton went with me there. That was really a cool place. And then Pace, those guys over there are really friendly. We sat up in the second. They also have some of the gyms we play. I think Choctaw too. Not sure about Choctaw, but I like that second level. It's sort of like
I think Choctaw has it on the home side.
Pace has got it. Booker T has it. Milton has it.
Choctaw, I think it's the oldest gym in the county, I believe, isn't it?
I think it is.
Somebody told me that.
Yes. They were built first. That is correct. Unless Laurel Hill was.
I don't know about that.
No. 3 games on the road. That is the 4th, 5th, and 9th, which is Gulf Breeze. And we start getting into doing the games, that we've played. We generally trade off 1 home game, 1 away game. And then Niceville comes home on the 12th. And then in the rest of January, we only have 2 more home games. That's Milton and Navarre. We're on the road the rest of the way. We will not call the Escambia game That's on January the 30th. Security first. Then we've got Fort Walton and Choctaw on the road. In Jacksonville, I'm thinking about going to Jacksonville to call that. Just because it's a Friday night and a Saturday, I might could pick up a round of golf there. And Coach Hatton said that if he's got the time off, he'd go over there with me and we'd go fishing instead. If that's a night game, if Saturday's a night game, we'll go fishing that morning. He's got some bass play, some holes over there. So that's what we might do over there. So anyways, score right now is 32-26. If you're just tuned in, the Bulldogs are taking on the Fort Walton Beach Vikings. The Bulldogs had a lead early on. The whole first quarter they had a lead. And then they gave it up in the second quarter, and Fort Walton has not relinquished it. They went on a 15-3 run. Bulldogs was able to pull it back within 6 by hitting the 3 at the buzzer. So what do you think? What's your thoughts about first half, looking at it? Break it down for me. And what do you think Coach Watson has to do second half?
Yeah, I think that it's just kind of more of the same as we saw last night. The turnovers and just not playing real, just a sloppy play. And I think pulling the starters out there with about the last 4 or 5 minutes of the first half, I'm thinking he hopes they respond to that and come back in the second half, and we see a little different brand of basketball. I
would like to see us, if we can move to 50% on the free throws, that puts us in the ball game. We're at about 20% right now. We are 4 of 15 or 16, I believe it is.
Yeah, we didn't do a very good job on our press. Picked up a lot of fouls when we were trying to press them. Didn't get a lot of turnovers. That's uncharacteristic of the Bulldog defense. Usually when we decide to press, it's a little more effective than that. And then on the other end, we didn't do a very good job of breaking their press either.
No, we did not.
Turned the ball over a few times. So getting some stuff cleaned up, I think, at halftime, hopefully.
Yep. They're about to get tip underway, or we don't tip. I'm sorry. We let's see who will get it. Fort Walton.
We had
maybe?
A jump ball at the end, and I believe it went our way. So I think the Vikings is going to start with it.
They'll be on the left side of the court on your radio dial if you're driving around. If you're driving and would like to watch and you're eating, I'm bad. I got a habit about eating, driving, watching.
I don't think we should condone that on the airway.
Driving with my legs or hitting the button and let it drive itself type of thing, you know. All right, you got it, bud.
The Vikings do start with it. And that'll be Iverson inbounding it to Robertson in the backcourt. Robertson takes it across for the Vikings. Lewis Jr. gives it back to Iverson in the corner for 3. Comes up short, rebounded by Clauser for the Dogs. He gives it up to Johnson. Johnson dribbling it across for Crestview.
By the way, let me real quick. Can you believe Oregon had a 10-point advantage and they're down by 10 right now?
Jones with it downstairs, able to lay it in. 32-28. Dogs down. 7:20 left to go in the third. Vikings back with it on offense. Lee with it and loses the handle, and that ball is going to go out of bounds on Lee. So an early turnover for the Vikings. The Bulldogs will take over on the possession. I'm sorry, I didn't catch what you were trying to
Oregon has a -10, and they're down by 10.
Well, I'm going to tell you that that's a pretty big point spread.
It is.
I wouldn't have thought the point spread would have been that big. Jones in the near wing for 3 and buries it. 32-31. The Dogs start off on a 5-0 run and a quick timeout for the Vikings. 6:55 left to go here in the third. The Dogs have pulled within 1, 32-31 Vikings.
And just like you said, you got to come out and do something different, and Bulldogs are hot. A lot of that, when you don't have, I think, a team like, so in 19, was it, when we won state, you had the Voisins that were game changers. They were hustlers. When you don't have those kind of athletes, do you find that it's just when you get hot, you're hot? When you're cold sometimes? I mean, because there's nobody to step up. I mean, we got Jones. Jones is a pretty good player. But to be honest with you, we don't have a Tom Hammonds. We haven't had any of those guys in a long time. That can stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
And so you just, as a team, you just got to get hot, got to get on a roll. And I think right now the Bulldogs come out and got a fire lit and had a come to Jesus meeting in the locker room.
And they're going to start in a full court press. Full court man looks like. Phillips lets his man go by him. Vikings beat the press and lay it in again. Lewis Jr. lays it in off the glass for the Vikings. 34-31 Vikings, 6:40 left to go here in the third. The Dogs trying to beat the Viking press, do with the pass. Phillips blows by his defender, gives it up to Jones. Jones pulls up in the short corner and finds two. 34-33 Vikings on top. 6:30 left to go here in the third. Robertson bringing the ball across half court for the Vikings. Now driving the lane to Sanders. Sanders tries to get one to go, unable to get it, but gets his own rebound. Sanders gets his rebound and lays it in for the Vikings. So 36-33 Vikings. 6 minutes left to go here in the third. Blackwell gives it downstairs to Clauser. Clauser's shot's blocked. Jones picks up the loose ball and lays it in for two. Jones has came out on this second half. It has really started to light it up a little bit. 36-35 Vikings.
Off the foot of the Bulldogs.
5:52 left to go in the third. Loose ball is knocked out of bounds by the Dogs. The Vikings will inbound this underneath their basket. Sanders finds the safety valve, Lewis Jr. at the top of the key. The Vikings now setting up half-court offense and setting up a long three attempt off wide to the right. That was Robertson on the attempt, and they're going to say that ball got knocked out of bounds by a Viking.
We'll take that.
On the rebound, rather.
Can I just ask you a question? Why don't we have referees to give us home field advantage on football? We've talked about that 1,000 times. I won't start that whole.
Johnson and Phillips trying to break this Vikings press, and they do. Johnson to Blackwell in the corner for three. Comes up short, rebounded by Jones. Jones trying to put it back and gets fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot two and have an opportunity to give the Bulldogs the lead back very quickly here in the second half.
You didn't answer my question last night either about something.
About what?
Merry Christmas.
Huh?
Y'all gonna do Merry Christmas?
Merry Christmas.
Disney.
Jones' first attempt is good.
Disney.
Are we going to Disney?
For Christmas, you know.
Oh, Lord, no.
You don't do that?
No, we done been down there for Thanksgiving. That was
they had the Christmas decorations up.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Jones' second attempt finds the bottom of the basket. 37-36. Dogs on top. Got the lead back from the Vikings. 5:20 left to go here in the third.
Ever since Corey's been helped to call, of course, he's got two little girls, and me and Braxton love going, nice steal. Phillips
turns it over at the half court, tries to lay it in, unable to get it to go, but Jones is right there for the putback. 39-36 Dogs. 5:05 left to go in the third. The Vikings with it across half court, and they're going to pick up the Bulldogs. Phillips is going to pick up a foul. It's going to be on the floor.
All of a sudden, Bulldogs out of nowhere.
Ivinson inbounds the ball in the backcourt to Robertson for the Vikings. Walking it up across is Robertson. Initiating offense here for the Vikings. And number 22, Jones, for the Vikings, gets a floater off the backboard to go in. 39-38, Dogs on top. 4:40 left to go here in the third. Johnson trying to get this ball across and is going to turn the ball over in the process. Vikings will take over right around the Bulldog bench. Dogs drop back into half-court defense. Robertson for the Vikings. Almost turns it over. Jones knocks it out of bounds over on the far wing. Vikings retain possession. Vikings with it at the top of the key. That's Robinson. Thinking about we're going to work on Phillips. Thinks different. Gives it over to Iverson. Iverson for three. Comes up short. Rebound goes off a Dog. Vikings will take retain possession. Baseline inbound play coming up for the Vikings, setting up a line play. Still looking to get the ball inbounded all the way in the backcourt. Goes the basketball. Robertson gets it right around half court. 4 minutes left to go here in the third. Dogs still clinging to that 1-point lead. This ball's turned over by Clauser. Clauser loses the handle momentarily, able to regain it, finds Blackwell, and now Blackwell dribbles it out and slows it down a little bit. Jones with it now at the top of the key. He's feeling it for three, and he feels another three-point attempt go in. 42-38, Dogs on top, and Jones has came out on fire here in the third.
Yes,
3:40 left to go in the third. And another turnover, Viking turnover, this time by Phillips. Phillips goes up and unable to get the lay, but they're going to call a foul on who?
Jones, I think.
They're going to get Jones on
over the back.
some
maybe?
kind of foul. I have no idea, to be honest with you.
I don't know either.
The Vikings will take over. The foul is on the floor.
Has that number 4 right there played tonight? He's a big kid. From the Vikings that just checked in.
Dogs have backed up in the half-court defense, letting Lee for the Vikings bring this ball up. Unharassed. Lee with it at the top of the key. Now gives it up. Core pulls up just inside the free throw line and knocks one down. 42-40. Dogs on top. 3 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Jones finds Blackwell all the way down the court, and Clauser gets a loose ball and tries to go up with it, gets fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot two.
Bulldogs come out of halftime really as they found themselves on a 15-3 run. On the flip side, Vikings had a 15-3 one, and then
Clauser, the left-hander, makes the opener.
The buzzer at the end of the first half, we hit a 3 to get within 6, was it, Corey? 6, yes.
Yeah, 6.
And then all of a sudden, the Bulldogs came out 5-0 run, and they've taken the lead. Now up 3.
Clauser's second attempt is good. 44-40, Dogs on top. 3 minutes left to go here in the third. Dogs dropping back in half-court defense once again. Vikings working the ball around. That's Core with it now. He picks up his dribble. And a little bit of trouble. Close to 5 seconds, but gets it away over to Jones. Jones tries a three-point attempt. No good. Rebounded by Moulton. Moulton gives it up to Blackwell. Blackwell gives it up to Jones. Jones, another three-point attempt. Nothing but air. Rebounded by Clauser. Putback is blocked. Clauser gets his own rebound and able to lay it back in.
Nice.
46-40 Dogs. 2:20 and counting left to go in the third.
That was power basketball under the basket for, what's his face? What is it?
Clauser.
Clauser, thank you.
Iverson gives it up to Core. Vikings back with it on offense. Core trying to find Starks downstairs, and he throws that ball away, so the Dogs will take over on the Viking turnover.
Wow. Much different looking team. Well, actually, the first and third quarter looked sort of similar.
Johnson and Blackwell working on beating the press for the Vikings. Blackwell still with it in the backcourt. Now he gives it up to Clauser. Clauser at the top of the key, kicks it over to Johnson. Johnson spinning around and gives it up to Jones. Jones penetrates the lane and gets fouled. And that's going to be on the floor unless we're in bonus, and I don't think we are yet. Been a little cleaner game in the third on both sides as far as fouling. Johnson going to inbound this ball underneath his basket for the Dogs. Finds Blackwell in the corner. Blackwell shot fake. Now gives it up to Moulton. Moulton kicks it back over to Johnson. Johnson with it at the top of the key. We're going to go 5 out, trying to hit Jones on the back door. Jones gets it and gets fouled and lays it in, and their shot is going to count. They're going to send him to the line to try to complete the three-point play.
Big play. Jones has come out like a beast and really has taken the game into his own hands. And just what I was talking about earlier, you know, you've got to have a guy like that to stop the bleeding, and he has.
Jones does complete the three-point play. 49-40. Dogs on top, 1 minute and 30 left to go here in the third. lead walking it up for the Vikings. We've seen the Dogs get out of that press here in the second half as well, other than maybe one or two times.
And you talked about that during the break. They just couldn't seem to do very well doing that.
Core trying to drive, gets stopped, gives it up. Now Iverson on the far wing for three, no good, goes in and out. Rebound goes out of bounds on the Vikings. Dogs take back over.
They just wasn't successful playing that in the first half.
Johnson and Blackwell going to work against this Viking press. Blackwell with it. Now passing it across half court. Johnson over to Moulton in the corner for three, and Moulton knocks it down. 52-40. Dogs on top. 50 seconds left to go here in the third, and the Dogs are starting to open this thing up a little bit. Iverson trying to dribble past Blackwell, almost loses the handle, and that ball gets that ball knocked out of bounds by Blackwell. It goes out of bounds on the Vikings. Another Viking turnover. The Bulldogs get it. 40 seconds left to go in the third. Blackwell dribbling across half court and gets that ball knocked out. Jones comes up with a loose ball, lays it in and gets fouled and goes to the line to complete, hope for another three-point play opportunity.
Jones is on fire. I don't know if I can't remember a one-quarter performance like this. He's got to have at least 15.
I'm just telling
this
you,
quarter.
The thing about it is he's just always around the ball. When there's a loose ball, he's been right there this quarter, and really has played
strong.
A really nice third quarter. Free throw attempts no good. Clauser on the ground gets
that guy's out of bounds.
The ball. I'm not sure what's going on, but we get the ball.
I can tell you exactly what happened. I was watching it.
Okay.
We had a tie up, and our guy was in bounds, and Fort Walton was out of bounds.
That don't make any sense.
Well, they both touching it, and before the jump ball, they were out of bounds. That's the way I look at it.
Well, we turn it right back over.
Oh, whatever.
25 seconds left. Dogs on top, 54-40. They work the ball downstairs to Bowers. Bowers tries to back up Moulton, turns around, and doesn't get the shot to go. Rebounded by the Dogs. Blackwell has it at the top, and they're going to play for a last shot opportunity. Blackwell gives it inside to Clauser, dishes it off on the back door to Corthell. Corthell unable to lay it in, but gets fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot two with 4 seconds left to go here in the third, and he's got a chance to extend the Bulldog 14-point lead.
Man, just like that, you're down second quarter almost by, I think, 10 or 12?
They're down.
In the second?
Corthell's first attempt is long. We were down 6 at halftime.
Yeah, 6 at halftime, but it gotten to, I think, 10. And all of a sudden, you take their high and our high. That's a 24-point swing.
Corthell misses the second one, goes in and out. Rebounded by Bowers for the Vikings. Last second, three-quarter court shot, no good. 54-40, Dogs on top as we go into the fourth quarter.
I'm Jenny Powell. I'm one of the attorneys at Powell, Powell & Powell Law Firm. Our family has been vested for over 100 years in Northwest Florida, serving your families for over 70 years. If you're in a car accident, you need a law firm who has the training, skill, and experience necessary to deal with insurance companies so that your case doesn't drag on forever. Let our family take care of your family during your most crucial moments. Just remember, Powell, Powell & Powell Law Firm is here for you. You can always just go to our website at www.powelllawfirm.com.
Hey my friends, this is Tara with Whitehurst Powell Funeral Home and Crematory. Our team would like to give a shout out to Crestview High School basketball team.
Go Bulldogs! And the Bulldogs are up going into the fourth quarter, 54-40. And wow, that's the best quarter we've seen the Bulldogs play in, gosh, I don't know how long. Great, even going back to last year, one quarter, that was let's see, we had 30, I want to say that was a 20-5, about a 20-5 run. That was pretty impressive.
Dogs start with it on offense here in the fourth. Blackwell trying to find a cutting Johnson. That ball's going to be turned over. And that's Lee on the turnover with it for the Vikings, and he'll bring it up for the Vikings. Vikings going to work here early in the fourth. Iverson driving baseline, gives it up, tries to give it up to Bowers. Ball's taken away by the Dogs. That was Walton on the turnover. Walton driving it up, now kicking it back out to Johnson. Johnson dribbling it up and setting up offense. Finds a screen from Clauser, unable to do anything with it. Still with the ball. Now back to Blackwell at the top of the key for three. Blackwell off to the right. Nice rebound by Clauser. Clauser unable to get the putback. Corthell gets the rebound the second time. And in a little bit of distress down there, we're going to get a timeout called by the Dogs with 7:06 left to go in the game. Dogs on top, 54-40.
Hey, this is Kim again with your friendly hometown landscaping company, Always Blooming Landscape. If you're looking for pavers to do your driveways, patios, walkways, and or borders, we have a special for our radio listening audience. We are offering you 10% off your paver installation project. So call us at 850-682-2919 to take advantage of this 10% discount when you mention this ad. That's 682-2919. Always Blooming Landscape. Let us grow with you.
And we're back. Bulldogs up 54-40. 7 minutes left in the game.
Johnson going to inbound this ball on the baseline inbound play for the Dogs. Still trying to get the ball inbound and now finds Jones in the near corner for three and just misses the mark. Rebounded by Lee for the Vikings. Lee walks it up. Now Robertson with it. His shot's swatted away by Jones. Vikings do retain possession.
Jones is a man on a mission, it feels like.
He's doing everything, offense, defense, loose balls. Vikings inbounded at the top of the key. Lee with it, calling for a screen. Going to use one from Bowers. Johnson able to slip it. Now downstairs to Bowers. Bowers working against Moulton, spins and able to get one to go. 54-42, Dogs still on top. 6:30 left to go here in the ball game. Johnson dribbling across half court, finds Blackwell over the corner. Blackwell driving baseline and gets one to go.
Wow.
And gets fouled in the process, so he'll go to the line to shoot one.
That was a leaner. He leaned in, and it just sort of, I'm going to tell you, that was a very impressive shot. As he was fouled, he was leaning forward and just let it roll off his fingertips.
Blackwell dribbling at the line. Attempt rattles home for the Dogs. 57-42 Dogs. 6:20 left to go in the game. Backing up in half-court defense once again is Crestview. Lee trying to go to work on Johnson. Doing a lot of dribbling over here in the near wing. Almost loses the handle. Johnson almost gets that. Now he gives it up to Bowers, and Bowers lays it in off the glass.
What are they calling?
Bowers lays it in off the glass and gets fouled, so he'll go to the line and try to complete the three-point play. I think the Dogs thought we got a charge on that, but
we didn't.
We did not. So Bowers waiting for the ball at the line.
Now Watson would like to know what's going on.
Bowers knocks it down. 57-45. Dogs on top. 6 minutes left to go in the fourth. Vikings back out of the press. Jones with the ball across half court for the Dogs. He gives it up to Corthell. Corthell finds Jones back door, and he's fouled as he goes up, and he'll go to the line to shoot two.
Be nice if Jones can pocket both of these right here to keep a 14-point lead, and if we trade back and forth the rest of the night, that'll be fine, and should be able to hold on to it if we trade baskets with them from here on out.
First attempt, nothing but net.
Nothing but the bottom of the net.
Jones with it. Second attempt on the way, and it rattles home. 59-45 Dogs. 5:50 left to go here in the ball game. Foley checks in for the Dogs. Lee brings it up for the Vikings. Lee gives it up to Lewis Jr. Lewis Jr. drives and kicks over to Bowers. Bowers going to work on Foley. Unable to lay it in is Bowers. Jones with the rebound. Picks up a screen from Foley and gets fouled on the long 2 attempt, and he'll go back to the line to shoot 2 with 5:29 left.
Don't forget, next Tuesday night we have Gulf Breeze coming to the house, and then we go on the road for 3 games. We got it right here. We go to, only 2 games. Wednesday and Friday would be on the road.
Jones makes his first attempt.
Navarre and Niceville. Then we come home. Thank goodness that Choctaw's first game's at home, because guess what I'm going to do that second game? Away. I'm going to sit on the other side in that upstairs so I don't get my thing unplugged. Remember that?
So, how could I forget?
Very good, very, very tough experience there. I held my cool, though.
Jones makes them both 61-45.
What's going on?
Oh, well, I guess they said that was a 3-point shot.
What? Was he behind the line? Oh, he was. He was at the top of the key.
No, he wasn't.
You don't think he was?
Absolutely not.
Home field advantage.
Jones
Home
makes
court.
them all 3. 62-45 Dogs. 5:25 left to go and counting in this ball game. Dogs on top by 17. We have seen them storm back from being 6 down at halftime.
Yep.
Lewis Jr. over to Iverson. Iverson knocks down a corner 3 for the Vikings. 62-48 Dogs on top. Jones almost loses the handle, but regains it.
Did you slow it down at all?
Jones with it.
Nope.
Another 3-point attempt. Comes up just short. Nice rebound by Moulton. Moulton saves it from going out of bounds, too. Blackwell now for a top of the key 3. That comes up short. Nice rebound again by the Dogs. That was Jones on the rebound, unable to lay it in. But Foley comes up with the loose ball, kicks it back to Jones. Jones for an off-balance 3 comes up a little bit to the right. Foley with the rebound and finally puts it back in.
What in the world?
Goodness. 64-48 Dogs. 4:30 and counting left to go in the fourth, and I need a drink.
Do something. What was that? Go to the boys' locker room?
No, I mean of water. Mercy.
Oh. What was that, 4 or 5 offensive rebounds?
Oh, I lost count.
And we wanted to hit a 3 so bad, it was almost like they ain't never made one.
Hall checks in for the Dogs for Jones, giving him a breather with 4 minutes left here in the game. Dogs pick up a foul. It was on the floor. Vikings going to inbound this ball underneath their basket. Find Lee. Lee going to work on Hall. Blows by him in the lane. Tries to hit a floater off the glass and does.
Pretty.
64-50. Dogs on top. Vikings back in the press. Blackwell bringing it up for the Dogs. And they're going to get Robertson on a blocking violation.
Huh. Robertson, for the 2 games that he's played previous, has averaged 24 points a game, and they've sort of much shut him down tonight.
Foul was called on the floor. Neither team in bonus quite yet. Moulton with it. Gives it to Blackwell downstairs. Blackwell spinning off the glass, unable to connect, but gets his own rebound. Back out to Moulton at the top for 3, a little wide to the left. Foley fighting for the rebound downstairs. Unable to get it, though. Lewis Jr. gets the rebound for the Vikings. Robertson bringing it up for the Vikings, and he kicks it over to Sanders. Sanders, 2-point attempts, no good. Rebounded by the Dogs. Blackwell spins and gets called for a travel. Gets called for a travel, and the home crowd doesn't like it.
No, that's at least 3 steps there.
Well, they gave the other guy 5 or 6 a while ago.
Well, they did. They did. I will say they did. Is that a questionable? Is that what do they call it?
I don't know. Lee kicks it over to Iverson for 3. Comes up short, rebounded by the Dogs. That was Davis on the rebound. They kick it forward to Corthell. Corthell kicks it downstairs to Foley. Foley back out, and now we're slowing it down. Blackwell with it, setting up offense for the Dogs. 2:55 and counting.
We got a timeout.
And we got a timeout by Crestview with 2:54 left. Dogs on top, 64-50.
Hello, this is Dixie Dan Powell. Just like in the courtroom, you got to be bulldog tough. It takes teamwork to get to the goal line and to win the game. Go Bulldogs. Call us, Powell Injury Law, 850-306-2667. That's 850-306-2667.
Folks are friends at Teal and Waters Real Estate and their exceptional young builder. Yes, Colton Leindecker of CJL Construction are really doing something special out at Griffith Mill Road. It's a 9-lot all-private 1-acre home site subdivision. You can choose your lot and choose a variety of CJL 3- and 4-bedroom plans. Affordable new homes with quality components, dependably delivered on time, are what CJL is known for. And now Teal & Waters is offering 9 new CJL homes with closing cost assistance on full 1-acre lots at Griffith Mill Acres. Come by Teal & Waters or call Patty Griffith 850-758-0133 or Jenny Teal 850-582-3821 for more information.
Back here at the Dog Pound. Dogs on the sideline inbound play. Find Blackwell for a wide open layup. 66-50, Dogs on top. 2:45 and counting. Left to go here in the contest. The Vikings setting up the half-court offense.
I think I'm going to try to get Coach to come up here and talk to us.
Lewis Jr. pulls up at the elbow for 2. Shots off the mark. Rebounded by the Dogs. Davis tries to go the distance, but gets the ball taken away. Vikings back with it. Now shooting for 3 and finding 3 is Robertson for the Vikings. 66-53. Dogs on top. 2:10 and counting left to go. Blackwell gets it across half court for the Dogs. Dogs slowing it down a little bit now. Foley loses the handle. Blackwell able to pick up the loose ball though. Still with it now is Blackwell. Gives it back to Foley. Foley trying to find a cut in Corthell and does actually. A nice pass by Foley. And Corthell able to lay it in off the glass. 70-53 Dogs on, or excuse me, 68-53 Dogs on top. A minute and 36 left to go in the game. At the other end, we had a foul on a shot attempt. And the Vikings will go to the line to shoot 2. That's going to be Lewis Jr. at the line for the Vikings.
1:36 left here. If the Bulldogs can hang on, it'll be a good win for them. Close loss last night by 2.
First attempt for Lewis Jr. wide to the left, and we got Braden Jones, we got
legs.
Green, we got looks like Davis and Hall coming in the game for the Dogs. Second attempt short, rebounded by Braden Jones for the Dogs. Hall bringing this ball up for the Dogs. He gets it across half court. Almost fouled there, to be honest.
My goodness. Like to cut him in half. Chop block looked like.
Dogs with it.
Clothesline.
Working the ball around the perimeter. And turning that ball over, but knocked out of bounds by the Vikings on a loose ball. So the Dogs will retain possession. A minute and 13 left to go. Dogs on top by 15. 68-53 is our score. Johnson with it. Trying to dribble past his defender. Now backs out of it, picks up his dribble. Finds Green. Green works it over to Hall. And we have a
what was that?
Foul with a minute left.
1-5.
It's going to be on the floor. It's going to go against the Bulldogs. The Vikings will take back over.
With 1 minute left.
So here comes the Vikings. Robertson with it for the Vikings. Spinning in the lane, off balance. And shot's no good. Rebounded by Johnson for the Dogs. Johnson brings it across half court. 43 seconds left to go in the contest. Looked like Braden Jones might have got fouled going into the lane. No call. At the other end, unable to lay it in for the Vikings was Sanders. Loose ball goes out of bounds on the Dogs. 32 seconds left, and the Vikings will set up for a baseline inbound play.
I don't want to jump the gun, but I'm feeling pretty good right now.
Feeling pretty good. Lewis Jr. with it, and he's going to travel before he can do anything else. The Dogs will take over.
Again, Tuesday night we have Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday next week. Tuesday will be a home game, and then Navarre on Wednesday and Niceville on Friday.
Johnson with a cross-court pass and unable to convert. Rebounded by the Vikings. 20 seconds left. Long three for Robinson. Robertson gets it to go. 68-56. Dogs on top. 10 seconds left. Another Bulldog turnover. Loose ball goes out of bounds on the Vikings, though. So with 6 seconds left, the Dogs will inbound this and
that'll be the ball game.
Hopefully run the little bit of clock we have left out and go to 1-1 on the season.
And I'm going to try to get Coach's attention, and we'll get a quick little interview at the end of the game, and that is the ball game.
Johnson dribbling around and runs the rest of the clock out. And the Dogs take the second game of the year, 68-56, and improved to 1-1 on the season.
I'm going to try to get the coach to get his attention. We'll be right back. Don't touch the dial. We're going to get Coach Watson in on here. The Bulldogs win a big game. We'll be right back.
I've been around long enough to not be shocked by anything anymore. But this, well, this takes the cake. 38%. That's all. Only 38% of your electricity actually makes it to your home. Just think about how much is wasted. That's the shocking truth. It's appalling and really shocking. Find out more at okaloosagas.com/truth. It really is shocking.
Just like baseball, Joey the Jeweler is back and he is ready to hit a home run for you. Go down on Main Street and check Joey the Jeweler out. He has a great selection on wedding bands and engagement rings. And for you guys that wear watches, Joey the Jeweler is the place to go for your Seiko watches. So head on down to Joey the Jeweler on Main Street in Crestview, Florida for all your jewelry needs.
I'm Jenny Powell. I'm one of the attorneys at Powell, Powell & Powell Law Firm. Our family has been vested for over 100 years in Northwest Florida, serving your families for over 70 years. If you're in a car accident, you need a law firm who has the training, skill, and experience necessary to deal with insurance companies so that your case doesn't drag on forever. Let our family take care of your family during your most crucial moments. Just remember, Powell, Powell & Powell Law Firm is here for you. You can always just go to our website at www.powelllawfirm.com.
And we are back. I'm sitting with Coach Watson. Coach, all right, you've got the tale of two halves. Or, I don't know, first quarter played pretty good.
Yeah.
Second quarter, we got flat, something happened. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either.
Did your team forget how to play basketball?
Yeah, I don't know. It was I can't explain it. And I'm sure everybody thinks I went into halftime and chewed them out and,
Well, that's what we was thinking.
Bad words, but I didn't. I mean, I just went in there calm, and I was like, look, guys, we got a bunch of seniors on this team.
That's right.
I've seen you practice for 3 weeks, and I have no idea what I just watched.
What
So
in the world?
Either you got to fix it. I can't fix it. I'm not going to get mad. You got to fix it, or it's just going to be
Well,
one of
you
those
can't
years.
coach that. That's not coaching.
Yeah,
I mean, you've got a game
you
plan.
can't even say we weren't ready to play because we played well to start the game. It was it was just a funk. I mean,
they went on like a 15-3 run.
And they, and they caught a bunch of fouls on both teams, and we missed free throws. They made more than we did.
I don't want to tell you what our free throw. We was 4 of 14 at one point.
Yeah, I don't understand that because I felt like we're a decent shooting team. It's just there's a lot of things going on right now that we got to get fixed, and and I don't even know how to fix it, to be honest with you.
But I will say, third quarter, Jones comes out, and that's the most impressive third quarter by one player that I've seen in a long time. About 15 to 18 points in one quarter.
Yeah, and like you said earlier, I mean, he got rebounds and putbacks. And he's 6'4". That's what he's got to do. I mean, we know he can shoot it, but, he's got to go attack the glass and get some second chance points. And we haven't been getting that out of anybody. But
you finished it tonight. Once you got that big lead, you kept it. And the kids got in a rhythm. I mean, I don't know. It just felt like they had been playing for 7 or 8 games that last quarter. So
Yeah, I mean, the third, when you make shots, it helps. But we played better defense. The thing is, we talk about help side defense and man-to-man, and we're getting beat so fast that we have to go help, and they're wide open. Like you got to keep your man in front of you a little bit. I mean, so that was better the second half. And we rebounded. We didn't give them a lot of second chances.
That's true. That one series there, we got 4 or 5 rebounds on the board, and then we wanted a 3 bad. I guess the kids wanted to hit that 3, but Foley or somebody went back up and was strong. Yeah, beating Bain up there. What is it? So last night, me and Corey was caught off guard. Do you like the new rule of the free throw? After 5, you shoot 2.
I don't mind it because, we foul a lot because we press. And then after the first quarter, you can adjust, and then it restarts.
Right.
So instead of it being in the bonus the rest of the half, at least it gives you a chance to back off or to make an adjustment about, just reminding them not to be so aggressive. So, I mean, for us, I guess I kind of like it at the beginning. I didn't think that I would. So I guess for an aggressive team, it's probably a good thing.
Okay, then what about next year with the shot clock? How's that going to affect?
Well, we don't know yet. We don't know. Right now it's optional. Yeah.
Oh, it's optional.
It's optional. So a couple teams have it, and both coaches have to agree.
They
have to agree to it. But
then you've got to have it in the gym. You've got to have it installed.
Choctaw has one. Gulf Breeze has one. That's the only 2 schools around.
Are you going to agree to something like that, or I don't know if it would affect you anyways?
No, I mean we play pretty fast. The only time that I wouldn't like it is how like at the end of games when we're trying to take off the clock.
Yeah, that's right.
I wouldn't like it that, but I mean you can make adjustments to that. You can do different things to, milk it down to the end of the shot clock at least.
And we've talked about this. You've got you now fixing to have 3 of your 8 home games out of the way come Tuesday. So you've got Gulf Breeze. They were pretty tough on us last year.
Yeah,
that is a good team. And then we go on the road. We've got Navarre Wednesday and Niceville Friday.
Yeah.
If you take this second half, you got to feel like you can beat anybody.
Yeah, I mean we can. I mean if we play like that, we can beat anybody we play on the schedule. But like you saw in the second quarter, if we play like that, then anybody that we play can beat us. Because it was that bad. So it just depends. We have to, as a team, understand and learn. And it's game 2. There's a bunch to learn. And we're going to get better. But still, you want to win as you get better and not have to have a loss to go get reset.
That's right. Appreciate it, Coach.
Yes,
Thanks.
sir. Have a good
Thanks. Good game. And you guys appreciate it tuning in, and we're going to kick it back to the radio station. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll see you Tuesday right here taking on the Gulf Breeze Dolphins. Good night and have a good weekend.